What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we are gonna take a look at Vision from Wanda Vision, and you can order this at bigbadtoystore.com. I'll put the link down below. This is a figure that I've had before from Age of Ultron, but sold it, but now I have the chance to buy it back. Arguably a better figure. I don't know if that's true or not because I don't have the older one anymore. But by all intents and purposes, it looks like it has improved. Body proportions, the paint application. So it was a good trade-off, I would say. And I sold mine around 4 years ago, and it was a different time back then. I was kind of getting tired of Avengers. Now I'm in the mood for the good old days, so to speak. I consider like Marvel now, the one that I know of at least, the phase 1 to 3, kind of nostalgic now. So I am slowly getting back and assembling the lineup that I've seen in at least Endgame. For now, right? Like for now, those are my Marvel figures. And you can see me unboxing this thing. You got a bunch of hands, well, 2 pairs really. You got this bendable stand, which I hate, especially these kind where you can only put it on the top, and especially for Vision. And I get it, you want to have him in the flying pose, but the first Vision does have an option to switch between the crotch grabber and this flight pole. So just a note right there. And now you can see this base that he does have, pretty standard base, as I would say. But you can see earlier when I'm unboxing this, and even now you can see the clamshell that's a bit bigger than usual. It's because you do have the backdrop in the back, so it is pre-assembled, unlike those cardboard boxes that we do have that just disintegrates the moment you started assembling them. This is a bit different. I would say a better quality, I would say, than the normal ones that we do get, from Harley Quinn and all that stuff. This is a better quality, but I will show you what the downside is. And let's look at the stuff here. They got the fisted hands, and I call it the power up hands. Just a purple hand, really. There's nothing special about this. Same as before, I would say. But to be fair, Vision doesn't come with anything. He does not have any accessories. The base here, again, not a big fan. I understand why. I've been lobbying for this. Do the what Star Ace did for their Joker instead of this. He has a cape. You can hide it. There you go. You got this stand right here. I mean, the backdrop, which is nice. Nicer than we normally get. I give them that. One caveat, though, is it's a bit short, especially when you have him in the flight pole. And this is just a regular display right here. And look at that. His head obviously just exceeded the backdrop right there. I wouldn't call it useless, but it has some flaws to it. I wish they didn't include this and knock down $20 off. I kind of knew why they included that, to make sure that it's a bit different from the first one. However, I think it missed the mark. And now we're looking at the suit itself. Not a big, I would say not a big difference from the first one. I'm talking about just the material of the suit. But the body, as you can tell right now, the proportions are, I think, a lot better. It has some muscular features that the first one did not, as far as I can remember. One thing that they fixed, though, is his his abs. On the prototype, he has just bulging abs, which is not a good look. However, on the final product, it seems a bit tamed. It seems a little bit better. You can see the shoe area here, double, split cut boot design, so it can move around and all that stuff. Now on the back, a lot of people complained about his cape. Don't have any issues with it. It's not the best looking cape. I remember on Age of Ultron, this cape is kind of just really thin, free flowing, almost just an illusion. So I guess they maintain that it has wires on the edge so you could pose it around. But in my opinion, I mean, I don't think anyone is selling a custom cape anyway. And even if they did, I don't it's probably going to be hard to insert that. So could they have improved it, maybe made it a little bit thicker so it flows nicely? That's it. As far as the head sculpt, I think it's a better paint application, as you can see here while we transition. I think it looks pretty good. Not that the old one was bad, but I think the paint has improved, and rightfully so. It's been years since the last one has been released, and this one, it looks pretty cool. I don't remember again the exact look of the other one, but I was thinking for this to be a little bit different. Maybe the stone was lit up, even though it doesn't really do much for me, but I guess instead of a backdrop, that would have been a better. I would have taken that more than that. Or purse, perhaps. Maybe not. I don't know if they're going to put purse in this, but to make it a bit different, that's my only, because you can make an argument that the first Vision does have a hammer for Thor. And not that he needed one, because this is obviously from Wanda Vision, but I'm talking in terms of accessories. So instead of that, I think it would have been an improvement had they included the light up function. But hey, nonetheless, it's still a pretty solid head sculpt, different textures on the eye area, on the cheeks. So as far as head sculpts, no complaints here whatsoever. Still a pretty good look. Now, moving on to articulation. Now, this is a figure that has a suit. But you can see, let's start off with the neck. It has some deficiencies. But arms side to side, you can move it forward. Now, even though the suit is, a rubber suit, it's not all the way restrictive like a Batman suit. You can see that's a pretty nice bend on the elbow. It does move slowly with you. It's like a thin rubber slash fabric, except for the abdomen. It looks like there's some, paddings and whatnot. But the legs, yeah, it's a bit difficult, moving it up. The ankle, like I said earlier, it has some articulation. You can do side to side, on the arms here. You can move it higher than this. I'm pretty sure it's you gotta break in your figure once you get them, because everything's still a little tight. So, but the neck area, there's really no space in between. And I removed the head sculpt, but the neck part is already like, it has some wear and tear from the chin to the neck, because it's just rubbing off to each other. I will put some post session here before we wrap this thing up. I broke, and I haven't done this in a while, I broke his wrist, the wrist peg. And I've held hundreds of Hot Toys already, so it is surprising, at least for me, to break one. I don't know why. It was annoying. I was annoyed. It was harder to pull. So when you are changing the hands, just take your time and be careful. And as you can see here, this is the forest from Infinity War. I didn't get any backdrop from Wanda Vision, which is I didn't like that show at all. Well, not at all, but not as much as Infinity War. But you see the waist grabber here. If you leave him even not as a dynamic pose, there are patterns in his suit that would, I would say, fade because of how tight that clamp is. So just be careful. So as far as final thoughts on the figure, as a figure, it is not bad. Not bad at all. Everything that you can ask for a Vision is here. I don't really know what I was expecting when I got him, because I sold him for the reason that I got rid of him was he was kind of boring to me. Unless you're a fan of Vision, I don't know if you agree, but I can't really, maybe because I don't have Wanda yet, but the only pose that I can think of with him is with Thanos, when Thanos is plucking out his, Mind Stone, or whatever you call that stone. But that's it. Now I remember that why I got rid of him on the first place, but I'm in a different mindset now that I want these guys representing my Infinity War, so I need to have him. up until the day comes that my collection would start going in a different direction, then I can clearly say he's gonna be one of the first guys to leave, because it just doesn't inspire me that much. With that being said, that's not his fault. That's mine. As a figure, beautiful head sculpt. You can do a lot with articulation. The cape is so-so, but with that being said, it's $250. It's not as bad compared to what the Hot Toys are now. So, buy at your own risk. I think it would go down in price down the line if you wait, but it's totally up to you. But again, thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.